I think for me is a very important project, very interesting one as well. It's one of the reasons I was very interested to join and to stay with it as well, because the impact can be quite huge for African developers. So you have a lot of talent here. People are interested in learning the most modern frameworks, but you have a market that doesn't quite offer the opportunities for that to be worthwhile for them to do, whether economically or financially or just as a good use of their time, right? So you could be going out and learning all of this machine learning stuff, right? Using the best frameworks available, but the local market doesn't actually need it. The local market would be very happy with you if you're just a PHP dev who just wrote your PHP stuff and it works. So they wouldn't really care. So that means you sort of like the developer community, if it works only for the local market, basically gets stunted, right? You're not using the most modern tools, the most modern stuff, because you don't need to use it. The local market doesn't use it. And what it's also doing at the same time is it's widening the gap between you, the local developer, and maybe a developer in Amsterdam, right? So now you're not learning the best stuff that you need to learn, but you also don't have the skills to do sort of like the projects which are most interesting, right? So Tunga kind of bridges that gap, right? So as a local developer now, you're free to go out and learn Angular, learn React, learn sort of like TensorFlow and all of these interesting sort of like frameworks, whether it's machine learning, because you know at the end of the day, there's a platform that will offer you real financial opportunities for you to use your skills. So for me, that is very important. And I see it as sort of like a way to sort of like change the developer outlook for maybe even the next generation of developers as well, right? So maybe the next generation of developers won't think like me. They won't be like
developers in Uganda.
Next sort of like generation of developers in Uganda won't have the impression that I had when I was maybe 19 or 20, that these complex or modern frameworks are not necessarily too useful in our economy. And that's a big thing.